The reason why I'm talking about League is because of this guy here, Lee Chanju, also commonly known by his player name, Yaharong. Now, this guy is 24 years old. You know, he's a young buck. He's got a long life ahead of him, and already he's a retired pro player. So he spent his time playing from 2016 to 2022, so it's only really in the past couple of years that he's chosen to retire. Now, Lee is someone who had been on multiple different teams while he was, you know, playing pro. He was good for Pro League, but there was definitely some cases where his gameplay he really did pop off. Like when he joined another South Korean's team to compete in the LCK, which is the league's championship in Korea. He got a pentakill, and I've seen a lot of memes online that that's pretty good. And an ace is something you can get in CSGO. So from what I can tell, he wiped the entire enemy team. Later down the line, Lee joins another Korean team known as the Jin Air Green Wings. So Lee joined in basically the latter half of 2017. And there he would play for basically like a little over 3 years. Now, this is where he would spend a lot of his time playing professionally, and even Jin Air making it a few times into the LCK with Lee as one of the mid laners. Now, who knows if his time would have continued on Jag, because unfortunately the team disbanded both their StarCraft and League teams in 2020, having Lee basically on his own to seek another team. Not long after his former team disbanded, he ended up joining another team called Brion, which was formerly called Fredit Brion. Now, his contract was never renewed, but he managed to stay on that team for around 8 months. So concluding his pro League journey, he actually quit playing for Korean teams and joined a Japanese team. Now, this team was called Detonation Focus Me. Now, this team is a very well-known team, but even then, it didn't last long. He stuck around on that team for basically like a split season, which is good in his name because they actually ended up winning the spring and summer 2022 split. And this was basically like his last final achievement, getting like platinum on a PS5 game before his retirement. And one thing that's really cool is DFM actually made him a send-off video, even if it was just one season and he didn't even, you know, end up staying for an entire year. Now, 6 seasons of League have been played out through his time in the LCK. Again, like I said earlier, ending his time in Place Japan. Now, you're probably thinking, why am I making a video on a pro player who retired? That's a happy ending. Nothing wrong with that. Well, unfortunately, it seems that Lee got himself into some, what we like to call spicy drama in the Lord's current year of 2024. Now, before I explain what's happened, obviously, I do want to say this is still an ongoing case. There haven't been any convictions yet, but on June the 1st, it was announced that Lee was actually arrested by Vietnamese police, and he was under investigation for murder. Now, this originally was something that was shared around by hotel staff. It was shared around 1 p.m. on the 30th of May. Lee and a woman only known as Miss Park rented a local hotel room together. Lee basically wanted to get the room and take Miss Park there for sex, but the feelings, they were not mutual, to say the least. Now, what the reports allege is after basically wanting to lay mad pipe and he couldn't, this led to a 10-minute heated argument. And then he started to use a pillow to suffocate her to keep her quiet. And then afterwards, he fled the scene and tried to go to the rooftop of the hotel. The reports are basically saying it was most likely that he basically realized what he did and was trying to commit suicide. Now, the hotel staff had gotten there first and basically stopped him before the police came and arrested him. But obviously, this entire situation happening outside of his own country of Korea, most likely he's going to be extradited to Korea to face official charges. Now, I do want to say again, there has been no official word on what he's done, more kind of just like the occasional news reports that cite their sources as like, bro, trust me. But there's some discussion in the news scene that he basically had like underlying mental health problems, and that led him to go to this extent. But the weird thing is as well, he has never had any kind of reports or like any kind of pattern of, you know, bad behavior or violence. This is the first time. I'll definitely keep you guys updated on this one. I don't think it'll be worth doing an entire other video over. So, you know, if I see anything on stream, when I stream later today, I'll probably just mention something about it.